Hello everybody, my name is Voyadex, welcome back to another Roblox video. In today's video I'm here in the Travelodge in the middle of nowhere. Yep, that is right, I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. I've got no information where this Travelodge is. I'm assuming it's in the United Kingdom because Travelodge is a United Kingdom hotel brand. So however, this is their first ever release on Travelodge. I've actually found an actual active Travelodge on Roblox. And here today I'm going to give it a good review, so let's see. So starting off with the exterior of the building. Now the scenery looks absolutely amazing, to be fair. Like, the fact that they put it in the middle of a forest is quite realistic, to be honest, because when I've been to Travelodges in the past, they have been in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of a forest or something like that. So I've got to give the criteria checklist here and say that they have basically placed the Travelodge in the middle of a forest, to be honest. But like I said, guys, I haven't got no information where this Travelodge actually is. We're just going to put it as, say it's in the middle of the forest here. And I'm going to say the building exterior actually looks really good. It looks modernised as well, because I've had to look up some videos and images recently of Travelodge to see if they're actually meeting the criteria of the exterior of the building, and they have done, which I'm actually quite pleased. They have done a really good job of this, because I have seen some Travelodges on Roblox where people can buy the hotel, and I feel like this Travelodge on Roblox has sort of built their own one, which is actually really good, and I'm quite impressed with this. So anyway, we're going to move on into the interior. So moving onwards into the interior of the building. So we've got the lovely reception here, including the bar and the little buffet area just in the corner over here, but we are going to work our way around on the interior before we head up to our room. So I want to thank this gentleman here for checking me in, and of course the other gentleman that also had to check me in because they had to reboot the server because they've had to update the self-check-ins here, so you guys can now self-check in. Also ask these lovely members of staff here on reception to check you in. So anyway, moving over onto here, we have got the bar area here, so we've got a bit of J2Os, we've got Diet Coke, and we've including got Dr Pepper, so I'll probably have to grab myself a Dr Pepper later on in this video, hopefully soon. So moving over here, we have got a bit of a dull, boring seating area, but I can also sort of understand because Travelodge are sort of getting you to serving drinks and food and stuff like that, because I know like Premier Inn were, beating them in the real world, sort of not on Roblox, but in the real world of serving food and drinks, and of course Travelodge was losing business and marketing over that, so they've started to add stuff like this. And I think that's a couple of years ago, if I remember, when I actually can't remember, but I do remember it was years ago when Travelodge are starting to do this, and I know there are some Travelodges still in the UK not up to date with adding like food and bars and stuff like that. But over here we have got the lovely buffet area. The shift is ending, but sadly I can stay on the server. Well, it's not really sad that I can stay on the server, I can stay on the server, thankfully. So moving over onto buffet. So I have seen this in some like Premier Inns, like very low members, such Premier Inns and Holiday Inns on Roblox. But there's one thing I've actually spotted about this Travelodge is the fact that I can actually grab myself some food. Which hopefully if I just grab a plate here, I can actually grab myself a breakfast plate here, maybe add a bit of toast, get some fried eggs down me, a bit of beans, get some protein, get some bacon, and of course get some sausage, and look at that, I can actually load it up on my plate, which is actually really cool and quite impressive. I've got to say, they've actually done a really good job on here, so shout out to the owner and developers on that. You guys have actually done a really amazing job here. Can I add myself a coffee as well? Because as you guys know, I can't function without a coffee in these videos, and I don't think I can, so hopefully in the future they can add that update where I can have myself a coffee. And that's all I got to say about the downstairs here in reception. It's actually quite interesting, to be fair, because you've got like the colour scheme which you have kept to, you've got the logo here with the Travelodge, the gentleman or the lady sleeping in the bed, and of course you've got the bar area where you've got options of drinks and food. I'm assuming they can serve other food items as well in the menu. And of course, we've got the reception here, so you've got like 4 desks of choice, and of course, 3 self-check-ins where you guys can also check in if there's a long queue or you guys just want to get fast-tracked into a room very quickly as soon as possible. So anyway, guys, we're going to move into the upstairs where my room is. That's quite a smooth elevation. I gotta say, the hallways here are actually quite, I don't know how to describe it. They've got the carpet colour scheme correctly in the light as well, so I sort of got to say they have done a sort of touch of realism here when it comes to the hallways in Travelodge, if I remember when I last visited a Travelodge in the real world. But anyway, here we are at room 206, so hopefully, and I also want to spot out as well is that the key card is actually got the Travelodge logo on it as well. So if I just put it on the door here and hopefully just go straight through. I hope I don't have to go down to reception if I just wait a moment. There we go. And we're in. Here we are to room 206 in the Travelodge. And I got to say, the room actually looks really nice. It's very spacious as well. Like, I've got a lot of room to walk around, which actually looks really cool and really nice, to be fair. And we've got the brilliant TV. And I also say this every time I visit a hotel in Roblox. I know every review I've done is that I really wish there was like a welcome message. Like, I know like Travelodge, Premier Inn, Holiday Inn, you know, they have that message on, you know, when you turn the TV on saying, oh, welcome to such a place, a hotel, hope you enjoy your stay, any problems, contact reception, and stuff like that. So I really wish they do that, but I did see a premiere in just recently where they are going to add that in, and also add like little like animations, like TV animations in, not like real like animations, like Roblox animations, which would be really cool to see, and hopefully I will do a review on that. So we've got a bit of coat hangers here, where I can hang my jacket up here. We've got a bit of space on the shelf here, where hopefully in the future they do add like pillows or like extra bed covers, and I think that's what Travelodge usually do. And the one thing I want to point out is that they've actually added a kettle as well, so I got to give the Travelodge a 10 out of 10 already. They've added a kettle and Yorkshire tea bags. Yes, Yorkshire, but where's the coffee, man? I need the coffee to function, and I need the milk, I need the sugar. Well, at least I got the mug, because I need a spoon as well just to give it a good stir as well. But I got to give them credit for this. They've added the Yorkshire tea bags and the kettle, so you know what, I'm going to add the credit there. They've even added a curtain as well, which is actually really nice, and I really wish it would work. You can try and hear my mouse in the background that I am trying to click on it. Hopefully they do add that feature in the near future, and I can actually look out my room, which actually was really cool, and I can actually see the rest of the building as well. And I've actually got quite a nice view, to be fair. I know there's not much scenic out there, but you've got like the trees, the fence and stuff like that, so I've got quite a good view, to be fair. And the bedding as well, I gotta say, I think this was the liner someone was telling me in the last video, because I was trying to ask you guys what was this supposed to be, and someone said it was a liner or something like that, or like a bed like the bed to keep the duvet in place and stuff like that. I think that's what they do at hotels. I think someone was telling me that as well at Big Blue hotels. But I gotta say, they've actually done a very accurate, realistic bed. I'm gonna say bed thingy. I'm just gonna say bed thingy, because I know you guys in the comments will probably complain that I'm saying something wrong and I'm reading the comments too much, and people are probably telling me the wrong thing just to try and, you know, laugh and embarrass me. How dare you guys do that? But anyway, we're going to test the bed. So I've got the test. There we go. Straight away, I'm in the bed. I've got 2 pillows here. I've got a lovely duvet, and I'm just sitting up, looking at the ceiling. Yeah, I've got to say, it's actually really good. In fact, I've got to say as well, the picture is actually quite accurate. If I remember the last time I visited Travelodge, the picture is actually very accurate. To be honest, I think the room, I think this is a similar room I was actually in when I stayed at the last Travelodge years ago, and it actually has the accurate image of cloud above the bed, which is actually really cool. And the one thing I did notice as well, that the beds do have this little thing here, like a little shelf unit to hold, like, you know, like your mugs or your cups, or, you know, charging your phone, your AirPods and stuff like that here. And I really wish they added like the power sockets here, which would actually be really cool in the future. But like again, guys, I did just say that it was just released this hotel, so they are still doing a lot of development work at the moment. And the one thing I want to add, I've got the room management here, so I can put like the do not disturb on the door. So if I just click on this, hopefully it does work. Please work. I think they're still working on the hotel, like I said. But I think hopefully they will. Oh, there we go. So if I press on do not disturb, I think it is actually on the door. So if I just click on the door handle here, I can get out, and then of course it has got the do not disturb sign here, and I will have to use the awkward key to get back into the room, and I've done it first time this time. Wow, that's actually quite impressive. And the other thing I did spot as well is this little button here, so I'm assuming it might even be a light switch. So if I give it a good click, oh, it actually is a light switch. It's actually the first time I've seen a hotel in Roblox use a light switch, and it's actually really cool. I'm going to turn this back on because you guys need to see the rest of this video. So anyway, moving on into the bathroom, we've even got a bin this time, which is actually quite cool. We've got the toilet here, some toilet roll. We've got the sink. Does the tap work? Yes or no is the question. I don't think it does. I think it's just display purpose only. Got a little storage here, so probably with the, you know, developers, the owner out there, if you guys do watch this video, maybe add a bit of towels here, you know, trying to add a bit of extra detail would be really cool. And of course, we've got the toilet. Let's see if the question is, does it flush? I know this is quite, you know, I know it's a bit awkward for me to sit on the toilet on the Roblox to try and explain this, but the question is, does it flush? Because I know a lot of you guys would like to see that for some odd reason why. And of course, I don't think it does flush, which is probably a bit of a sewage problem. But hopefully in the future they do add that in, because I have seen, to be honest, I have seen this bathroom like design so many times in like different Roblox hotels, so I can sort of understand, you know, the owners, you know, purchasing or building their own, you know, having to still, you know, work around the animation, stuff like that, where I've purchased things in the past and had to do the animations myself. Anyway, moving on into the shower, we've got a quite good spacious shower. It's a walk-in shower as well, which is actually really good, and it's also disabled friendly, which is actually really cool to see. But the hotel only has a lift at the moment, there's no stairs, so you guys will probably have to wait for lifts and stuff like that when you know, booking yourself in a hotel here at Travelodge and having to wait for your room, which is on the next level up, which my room is, of course. But if you guys, you know, the developers out there, if you guys do add stairs, that'd be really cool and very impressive. And we have got a shower, so does it work is the question. No, it doesn't, so hopefully in the future they do add that feature in as well. And I do like this brick wall design here. It's actually really cool as well. And like again, guys, I gotta say the space here is actually really cool. And it is a walk-in shower, which is actually really nice and really cool anyway. But anyway, moving back out into my room, I got to say the room's actually really good. It's actually quite impressive. I think the rooms are all exactly the same. I think the beds are just turned on like the other side round, or they've just copied and pasted it, which of course some hotels and Roblox have done that. But there are some hotels like Big Blue hotels that do like try and switch up a little bit and stuff like that. So I'm only assuming in this Travelodge at the moment it's only these double beds. At the moment it's no single beds and stuff like that. But I've got to say the bedroom is actually really nice. I even got a little stool as well to sit on, sit on my desk and do my own, like anything like taking my calls and stuff like that. There's no phone for like, no telephone for like room service or reception or anything. So, like again, guys, I did say this hotel was released, so I'm adding a little, I'm throwing a bit of prompts there for you guys, the owners and developers. I'd like a little bit of detail and stuff like that to the room. But I got to say I'm actually really impressed with this. They've actually done a really good job on this, and I got to say I will have to give this a 7.5 out of 10 with the amount of detail they've added as well, which is actually quite impressive. I know the ceiling looks really good, doesn't it, guys? But there are some things missing in the hotel room, but I gotta say the developers and the owner have done a really awesome job on this. It actually looks really cool. So I'm now down in the restaurant area because they're now serving food, but I think I'm the only guest at the moment down here. But I think some people would prefer the buffet, which they can help themselves. But I've got the restaurant open right now, so that's why I've come down here just to check out the restaurant. So I've ordered myself a fish and chips. It actually looks really nice with it. Actually look really good. To be honest, I think that's a bit mushy peas. I probably have to scrape that off because I'm not really a big fan of mushy peas. That's a fun fact about Voyadex. He's not a big fan of mushy peas. And I've actually finally got myself a Dr. Pepper, which I did say earlier in the video that I will hopefully grab myself a Dr. Pepper, which I did grab myself a Dr. Pepper, but sadly they don't have any coffee just yet. So hopefully in the future Travelodge that you do add coffee, because I do love my coffee. And I got to say that the restaurant actually looks really good, to be fair. Even if I sat in this corner, even though I did earlier just say in the video it is a bit dull and boring, it actually looks really entertaining. Watching people just walk straight in and go straight to the buffet and just start picking out the food from the buffet, not even like checked into the hotel yet, which is actually quite funny to watch, especially with some other people, which I heard earlier before I started recording. The owner of like the KFC and the Holiday Inn came and sat with me, and the owner of the Travelodge came over and asked if those guys are alright and stuff like that. So it's actually quite entertaining just to sit here and just watch like these players just come in and just grab themselves food off the buffet and not even checked into the hotel. They even got a menu over there as well, which I probably didn't realise earlier in the video at all. But I think the owner was adding it to the game while trying to order my food just earlier. Well, I gotta say though, it actually looks really good down here. To be fair, it is a bit dark in this corner here, so I probably have to add like a bit of a light here or something, just so I can see what I'm eating here. But anyway, I'm gonna eat this up, and then of course I'm gonna go back to my room and give this a final review. So I'm now back in my room to give this final review. Please ignore the messages that are on the screen right now. There is probably a shift like briefing going on, so I do apologise for that. So, however, for the final review, I got to say that this hotel is actually very impressive. I got to say that the developers or the owner or whoever's worked on this hotel have actually done a really good job. I did try finding the hotel in real life on Google Images, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So it is a real life building, and someone in the comments tell me that where it is and stuff like that. I will probably pin your comment if you guys do actually find this hotel. If it's actually custom made, I gotta say, well done to the developers and owner. You've done a really awesome job. And I gotta say as well, the hotel is actually really good. It's actually doing a lot of work to it as well. There are some more future updates coming out, which I did say earlier in the video. It has just been released, so when you guys do watch this video, the hotel's just been released, and when you guys do join, they'll probably add more, detail and stuff like that to the rooms, the reception area and stuff like that. So I got to say, they have done a really good job, and I got to say as well that they've done an actual buffet as well, which I've never seen before on the Roblox hotel, especially when I've gone to like Premier Inns and stuff like that, or Holiday Inns. I've never really seen that happen. You have to go up to the counter and order yourself a full English breakfast, where here in the Travelodge you can actually just go and grab whatever you want, which is actually really cool and really awesome. I've got to give a massive credit for that as well. And the rooms as well, they've actually added some realistic detail to it as well, which is actually really cool. If they added that little much of detail, I'd put the rating up a little bit. But throughout the video as well, you did see that there were some people joining the game, and of course when I was not recording, there were some people trying to join the game as well. So the game is actually becoming more popular at the moment. There are people are joining the Discord and stuff like that, and also the Roblox community, which you guys can join. And the description down below if you guys do want to join the Discord and Roblox community of the Travelodge. So for the final review, I got to say I'm going to button this up to a 8 out of 10. I know as I did say earlier in the video, I did say 7.5, but I am going to up it to 8 out of 10 because I got to say the staff are very awesome, they're very friendly, the uniforms look really cool as well. overall the hotel is actually very impressive, I got to say. And you know, of course, adding that little realism to Travelodge as well, with their whole like color coding going on with the bed and stuff like that as well, is actually really cool and really super awesome. And hopefully in the future they do add like little details as I did mention earlier in the video, or of course any suggestions that other, you know, like people that have gone into the game or watching this video now like maybe should add this as well, which you guys can actually add the suggestions through their Discord in the description down below. So I hope you guys did actually enjoy this video. It has been a while since I've done a hotel Roblox review, and I know there are some hotels being released lately on Roblox, so if you guys do want me to do a hotel review on any recent ones that are being released at the moment, please let me know in the comments down below or message me on Discord. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.